says he'll never hit you again, he means it. But you're the liar. Because when you say you know, you don't believe it. Now, every time he raises his hands, you flinch. Love was never supposed to bruise like this. You equate the scars on your arm to self-harm, fully aware that when tempers flare, he will decorate your face in mistakes, excuses as to why you got to work late, unable to explain how long Mac takes to cover up the shame. You tell them you walked into the door frame. Again, I guess this is what happens when you love passionate men. Now, I read somewhere that men with the biggest hearts have the worst tempers. And I know that sounds like an excuse, but it just means that they love hard enough to bruise, hard enough to choke you. Maybe it's your fault. So pretty, he couldn't keep his hands to himself, wants you to feel everything that he's felt. So I suppose he loves you in the same way the devil loves hell, unforgivingly. But what's a broken wrist and a few bruised ribs when you know his absence will hit you harder than his fists? When you know your tongue is the catalyst, but what you don't know is why you make him so angry. Unaware, you're feeding into this phoenix mentality. You see, he thinks his tears heal wounds. All he has to do is cry and tell you he didn't mean to, and you say, okay, again. And you let him stay. Again, and he'll cut to your face again. You see, the thing about the phoenix is even though they resurrect themselves from dust, they still go back to what they once was. So you don't see your family as much as you used to. And your friends, well, they're tired of talking to you. See, they learned those who don't hear must feel. And baby, aren't you tired of feeling? Aren't you tired of trying to find reason in his beatings? And you say he loves you, and he might, but is that how you want to be loved? Scars reminiscent of his touch, and I suppose in an ideal world, I'd be telling him to stop putting his hands on you rather than telling you just to leave. But if you could see the sun through the trees, you'd know that loving yourself, well, that's most importantly. Thank you.